So
I gotta get my smarts on.
don't worry so much about your smarts.
I wasn't because
I wasn't. Okay, good. Good.
Because I am bringing what I have.
Perfect. I mean, I'm totally qualified to talk about matters of propaganda and state intelligence. Totally qualified.
Is anyone qualified to do anything?
Not anymore, but I also realize the people doing this shit aren't qualified to be doing this shit. That's the part that bothers me the most, is the people doing this stuff are doing it with such an inelegance that it is insulting to intelligent people who thought that we might pursue careers or feats of, I don't know, carpentry or fucking writing bookie thingies. And like, people might also pursue like espionage and intelligence with the same sort of fervor. No. It turns out all the class rejects, not the smart rejects that went into tech, but the dumb rejects went into intelligence.
Wouldn't you prefer it that way?
Hi, hello, and welcome to The Far Side. I am your host. My name is Austin. This here is Tyler. We also call him Thigh Man. This is Leah, longtime friend, and once upon a time was sort of a very confusing bully to me in the 7th and 8th grade.
I'm sorry.
There's a first topic.
I don't. I was never a bully. I was bullied. Not by you, but no.
I think we were bullied by the same people.
I bullied you?
No, not at all. You I think, have always been very good at roasting people.
Yeah.
And you do that to people you enjoy. We obviously, we're fans.
I don't even know your brother as well as I know you, and I feel like you're going to get it. And you've been getting it.
I've been getting it a little bit more. Some things just go right over his head. But if you need to go into a deep dive into any subject...
Am I impervious or am I dumb?
Use of deep knowledge you can just pull out of anywhere, especially of some very niche and rich concepts.
Yeah.
Deep into those crevices.
Yeah. I want like a cool nickname. The Thigh Guy? That's what they call
Thigh
him?
Man.
Why?
So I had a more innocent...
Diamond.
I like Thigh Guy.
Thigh Guy.
So I had a more innocent start, basically. Just Tyler, Thigh Man, Thailand.
Okay, I see where this is going.
TH. He was TH for a couple of years.
TH.
I was going to say, I didn't notice your thighs, but I noticed you have a big ass.
Thank you.
He's got a
Appreciate it.
badonkadonk.
You do? Are you squatting? What's your...
A lot
Squatting.
of squats.
Okay.
Kettlebells.
I'm working
Right?
towards... I'm going to
Kettlebells.
show my trainer a picture of your ass. I'd be
Appreciate it.
goals.
It's the C.
Yeah,
right?
like it's not just the gluteus maximus. You got the whole thing going. So.
Appreciate it. You want never skip leg day. That is always the key.
I only do leg day. So
You don't want to be one of those like jacked Instagram.
I like my spaghetti arms. I want it to be confusing.
You want it to be confusing.
Yeah.
You can crush a watermelon or a grown man's head between your thighs, but like you can't really lift more than 15 pounds.
No.
There's one girl on
Good,
TikTok.
Good.
I think she's very much a lesbian, but she just all she does is axe chopping wood videos.
First off, how dare you assume? Second off,
Actually,
Nicole
she
Cohen.
does show her. I think she does show her girlfriend in one of the videos.
Secondly, Nicole Cohen is absolutely gay.
Thank you.
I know who she is. I have watched her videos, and I love the comments that say, hey, woman, careful. My wife is on this app.
I love that.
I don't need her seeing.
We needed a woman axe lady girl.
See, the thing is, I feel like the male axe guy, I can't remember his name.
Thor Bradley.
Yes, I feel like Thor Bradley is absolutely...
Wait, I think that's his handle. I know who you're talking about.
His audience is like probably 60% gay men and probably 40% women.
No, it is thirsty women.
I think
He's
you
the one who
underestimate gay men.
rips apart some of the wood and everything.
Yeah, the man is chopping wood.
Yeah.
And women are like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, that's an impressive feat. Like, this man's fucking
Oh, it's
strong.
very strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
The thing
I
is,
mean, he doesn't look bad doing it.
I'm bad with numbers.
He
So I
looks way
forgot
too
to
good.
add the 10% of gym bros that are watching him being like, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that was some serious force you generated. Shit, man. Like, you
It's-
absolutely, like, lift. You're working those
It's
obliques.
amazing.
Your lats are fucking firing.
Exactly.
Like, it's a whole thing. Because gym bros are gayer than gay men when it comes to the love of the male physique.
You don't need to tell me. I know.
Yeah, well, you are a gay man.
Yes. And a gym bro.
In case you didn't know, Leah is actually a West Hollywood. We'd call you a twink, but I think
I don't know if I'm a twink.
I was going to say, I think the fact you do the gym makes you not a twink. I don't know what the word is anymore.
No, you can still go to the gym and be a twink. I thought a twink was just a small game.
Twinks are not
right.
Small,
I'm not
hairless gay
small
man.
enough or hairless enough to be a twink.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I've never like thought about what my category of gay man would be if I were, because like if I were actually a gay man, even though I am actually a gay man, like I wouldn't be a bear. I'm like an otter, like a little softer.
I feel
but
like
hairy.
you'd be that kind of like curvy gay man that loves food and mid-century modern and loves like a good flowy satin robe.
Oh, so Hollywood,
Yeah.
Hollywood stereotype.
Yeah. I work with this gay man named Mark.
Shout out to some of you if
same.
you happen to be watching this and you know who you are. I love you. You are good people.
The gays?
No, specifically, there is a couple folks I am thinking of, and they are wonderful people.
Oh,
it's definitely a type of gay man that kind of like curvy, sort of. I don't. Thick is not the right word because like a lot
thick
of them.
Thick is a hot word.
Okay, so well they're thick,
You have
but
to tell
they
them
also
how many
like
C's at all times.
Yeah.
a lot of them got bellies, but they also like they work out, they move, like they're fit.
Yeah.
But like they love life and they love eating.
Yeah, as you should.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying like I can't eat most foods. And
I know.
until I like broke my balancing muscle in my left leg last fucking December, I have been maintaining some relative ease, and recently things have started jiggling and I am now fearing for my own mortality.
Not your fuckability?
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I know
Oh.
I'm completely unfuckable.
You can raise the bar.
Yeah, come on.
No, I don't have a headboard up there for a reason. No one's being alerted.
I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep it inside.
Processing.
Yeah.
No, you can. Rest,
I've
feel
never
free.
had a headboard. A headboard is for rich people. I think you don't have a headboard because you're poor.
Fair.
Tyler has a headboard.
No, Tyler does not have a headboard. Tyler does not have a headboard.
I keep the mortgage going, so the headboard's going to come out
hot.
as a night addition.
Oh, you
That's
keep the
fucking
mortgage
hot.
going, not your roommate.
The roommate does help.
Roommates really help.
Keeps the car around.
Wait, who's... Oh, you?
I'm
Yeah.
Tyler's roommate.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, who's the roommate?
My brother here made much smarter choices than I did when I was in my 20s. Than when he was in his
He didn't
20s.
get assaulted on the street, right?
No.
Okay.
No, but
I just didn't
he
get
also...
laid. It was just a different 20s.
that is, first off, that is traumatic.
Is it?
Yes.
I was trying to give you credit for, like, being stupid.
Some would say disabled, but that's fine. So
I just drove by a sign that was like, disabled isn't a bad word. Like, say it loud. So.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking... It's a
But now I
silly
know
word.
it's a safe space
It's
and we
all,
can say
all
it.
words are safe.
I don't know about all words.
No.
Let's
the
pump
repercussions.
the brakes.
The repercussions come when you all of a sudden have to come into like your audience's reception of your words, and like
This is why I usually don't talk in public because I'm like, people hate me on the street for no fucking reason. So I don't need to give them a specific place to find me to hate me. You know.
Welcome to the far side. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment if you happen to think that we are doing things well. If you like Leah, if you like Tyler, you like myself. If you don't like any of us, let us know.
Yeah.
Feel free to make it constructive, make it deconstructive. She might really, really like it if you leave a negative review.
I would love that. Smash that negative review.
All we're saying is apparently
think they only
feedback
give a like
helps in
button
the
now.
algorithm. And now we're going to Mr. Beast it where I'm standing in a sewer for 1,000 hours to see if I get AIDS.
You won't, but you will die from something else.
Cut. I will absolutely get typhoid. Typhus?
Yeah.
Typhoid.
No, you'll
Probably
get-
all the above. I'm
I think
definitely getting tetanus.
If you don't get less than 12 diseases after 1,000 days in sewer, I'd be surprised.
1,000 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone did that?
No, I have a feeling that there is someone who has done it, and we don't know their name because they died very shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
So
It's like half the unhoused people, unfortunately.
we're all above 18, so that's why we don't know what Mr. Beast has been up to.
Oh, that's right. That's like the guy who does the nice things.
See, the fact that you understood the reference that I was making with that, in it being Mr. Beast, and that you did not, speaks to 2 out of 3 of us being very mentally ill, and only one of them being mildly mentally ill. So
yeah, no. But no, it's thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just not chronically online. Should we try again?
I was looking at your elbow. That's how I do
that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all.
It works.
I've been trying to learn how to dap lately.
Dapping is hard.
I watched a whole video on it. This beautifully produced video, and it was so good. And I was like, I'm prepared now.
Can you Dougie?
No.
Dougieing is a completely different skill set. First off, do you know what dapping is?
No.
Dapping up the homies. I just want dudes to know that.
Oh.
You know?
But it's when you get the sound. Nope.
Okay, what?
There's a sound,
but there's different kinds.
And
I was like, do you like fist bump after? Is that stupid?
It is tough because we are sitting.
And kind of what you're feeling.
True.
There we go. That was a decent dap.
And then some people shake it up, and then you bring it in for a hug. I'm gonna do the hug. I want the homies to. But also
the way you're doing, Austin, you're going up like normally I would never do that. Would be.
See, that is like a white boy California beach, like that's how we like dap up the homies, I guess. But like the more universal but more specifically, I guess, Black American dap is that you're going for like a sound basically.
And like a feeling and a smoothness. Like
like it's like when
I'm too white.
I was about to be like the white boys just can't. That's racist.
It's incredibly Diddy to explain.
It's
very Diddy to explain.
No, I've been reading his text, and that man is fucking stupid. Emotionally, can I say retarded?
Yeah. We absolutely have. We get like
12 minutes. We're fine.
We get 28 viewers on this. Hi, thank you.
That's hot.
You are amazing.
I love a good niche following. Who needs like a ton of followers?
Every episode we get a couple more.
I love it.
Have you been looking at the page?
Did we get less?
Tyler's been creating all these ghost accounts and following your guys' page.
Yeah. We started.
The bot's not working right now. God damn it.
Whatever we did on our first episode, we got more.
Nice.
And we get less now than we got on our first episode.
I think it's because the first episodes it came out, so people on Instagram ended up seeing us. So now we need to bring better and more content so we can keep that audience coming back.
Yeah.
Next on, I will be. I can't even think of anything. This is why we're not Instagram famous. This isn't why we're internet famous.
I haven't posted in
just a complete lack of creativity.
I don't know if it's that. It's branding, it's marketing, it's all the other things. Mm-hmm. I think you have to have a vision and like really execute it. And also people's attention spans are fucking non-existent. Like think about Chicken Shop Date. It's like an 8-minute video. It's so digestible and it's quick. And you're like, that was only 8 minutes, even though I could watch 1 million of them for like hours on end.
Okay, I see your point.
It's like they're playing to the level of attention that people are willing to give these days. So I don't know. That's what I think. I
think you're correct.
Whatever.
I think we have been thoroughly served up. This is, however, technically a podcast because I am lazy, and outside of me doing exactly what I already do, I don't want to work any harder to put it on the internet than I have to.
Hey, I get it. I can like barely get the fuck up and care about anything, so I get it.
Well, good job.
Thanks.
You're girl bossing your way through life.
That's true. Well, I'm on a break. I'm on a hiatus from girl bossing right now.
What is girl bossing?
I'm girl mossing.
Why girl mossing? I met a girl named Moss.
That's cute.
She had the same name as my dog, Karma. You know what her name is? It's for stripping. Karma is her stripper name. Moss is her real name. Because apparently I'm non-threatening and
how does
polite.
Austin meet any woman?
Randomly on the street?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
Usually through my dogs.
Oh my god, classic. Always, women and dogs.
Like, oh, he's a little retarded.
That sounds a lot better than the way I said it. So I met them while dog walking versus, I just met him on the street with an animal.
True.
Oh, I met
eloquent,
some ladies
Tyler.
Dog walking in LA.
Anything you do in life can be poetry if you say it correctly.
You know what my theory with the dog walking women in LA was, Leah?
What?
You'll like it. It was my well-muscled forearms holding rope with an animal on it.
Okay. You got good hands, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that I think that was 90% of it. It was like the modern fantasy equivalent of the 90s cable guy.
Okay.
Whole,
just a working man.
Here's this working man who's coming here to take good care of my dog. I'm letting him into my apartment. Like, there were certainly times I was like, am I fucking supposed to be here? Like, you're just like, I think you're sleeping in the room. Like, I think someone is... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get little Jack. Like, I'm going to get the little thingy-mabob, a little rocket, and we're going to party. And I'm going to completely ignore the mostly naked woman laying in her bed. And I'm going to get the dog. The other one was the gay men. The gay women were very straightforward about it. And I respect that. I found out my gay subtype is dog daddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their something. I don't know what my gay subtype is.
I told you. As the token straight friend in LA, West Hollywood back in the day. But I have been hit on by some gay men where they're just like, wait a second, are you actually straight? And I'm like, hold on, guys. You guys talk about sexuality being a spectrum. I am essentially like where the spectrum becomes a continuum. And I meet the lesbians way up here on the other side. And we're just like I have hung out with some lesbian chicks, like the kind of like mask ones that are like really tired of like women's shit and like can't help what they love. Aren't we all? But like we have the exact same tiredness in our soul where we're like, we're not giving up. We still love the game. But like, I'm tired, buddy.
Yeah. Oh.
It's great. No, we have excellent conversations and we bring a little bit of the passion forward. Because I think straight men are a little too disconnected. The lesbians have much better people skills.
I mean,
to their credit,
yeah, like, women are way more emotionally intelligent than men. That's not even a question.
That's definitely true.
But men are more intelligent than women. Period. So it doesn't matter.
What were you going to say, Tyler?
Divorce rates between gay marriages.
From this part of the podcast.
Whoa, sorry. Come back in.
For the record, I don't think women are stupider than men. I don't think humans are very intelligent. For the record,
Austin definitely thinks that. Tyler, what were you saying? Shut up, Austin.
Shut up. So let's talk about divorce rates between gay men, straight couples, and lesbians. From a recent Pew study, they said that 25% of gay men get divorced, 50% of straight marriages get divorced, and then 70% of lesbian marriages get divorced.
That does not shock me at all. As much as I loathe men sometimes, it's still, I don't think it'll ever be enough to be in a relationship with a woman.
Well, because you know that you can at least control the man. He's an ogre that you can say, hey, can you do something for me?
Forced to be directed.
He can be directed.
The stanchions.
If we're talking about controlling a man with sex, absolutely.
Yeah, but you can also, he forgets where his keys are. He's going to forget where the sky is. You just got to help him out. But then you can also train him to be like proper with like a bell and Pavlov's dog. You can't do that in the other way around. And
no.
Then if it's like
two menaces together.
Yeah, and if it's two gay men, it's like two Labrador Retrievers. They're just having the best time ever.
I know. That's why I love the gays.
They're going to the pool. They're getting all the balls. Wait a second. They are Labrador Retrievers.
Stupid.
Wait, hold on. Gay men are... I've also met some gay men that are absolutely Dobermans where they're like real intense and fierce looking, but then you get close to them and they're just like, oh my god, you're like so sweet. And
yeah,
like, the biggest friendliest.
That's the list goes on and on. I could fawn over gay men here's the rest of my life.
Here's an ode to the psychology of gay men that I deeply studied, and I mean deeply, as as a dog walker in West Hollywood.
Oh, okay. While we're talking about unqualified opinions, continue.
Wait till we get to Epstein, people. I did my research. I did homework.
That makes one of us. Or Tyler, did you?
That makes none of us.
I come on and listen to the notes and everything else and then usually chime in. I usually do a little bit of research, but I do not have a book.
I don't have valuable opinions. I just have opinions.
Welcome to my life.
I feel like after everything I've been through in the last 8 years with all of our politics, that's exactly the point with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, everything is relative. I don't give a shit how much research you do. It's like if you're talking to someone who has an opposing opinion, it means nothing. It means nothing. Some people cannot have like a neutral conversation and like see the other side at all because they are so set in their feelings and opinions about something. So,
what are you saying? Thinking, Austin?
Yeah,
I don't think people have ever been like that. I think people used to just be better at not discussing politics.
Yeah, and now we're like, fuck that. Let's fight.
Everyone has been tricked into thinking that their opinion is valuable by social media companies that are mining their data to sell to weapons and defense companies. I have done my research, people. And the pipeline therein is everyone now is this political fucking goblin that can't realize that they're not doing anything. They're smacking against the walls of the cave trying to get at the dwarves, and the dwarves are smacking at the walls of their cave trying to get to them. Meanwhile, they're separated by nothing but their own opinions that are generated by a god creating the maze called the algorithm. The algorithm has people siloed within their own lack of opinion, more their regurgitation of what they ingest through the social media spheres.
Totally.
It is an appetite that has to be sated, and most people don't understand their own appetite for entertainment. Most people have been gamed by media companies that are paying psychologists and psychiatrists money to create apps and technology that is as engaging as possible, that is addictive as possible, in the same way that people did this with cigarettes, and the same way that people did this with candy and chips and all the fun things in American supermarkets that have Europeans looking at us like we're fucking space aliens.
I was just talking to your brother about this.
I know. Where was I? Oh, I was, hanging out on the roof looking at the full moon.
Who knows what you were doing? We were having important discussions about
I was definitely not consulting my
this
crystal ball. That's what we're calling it.
A crystal ball.
Crystal ball.
I mean, if you actually had one, I would not be shocked.
Crystal ball.
No, actually,
you're a fucking gypsy.
Oh, I am. I draw the line at that stuff, though.
Yeah,
it wasn't code.
You're
for
like, no,
else.
it's up there.
Yeah. She just looks through it, and all of a sudden, he can see halfway across the world. Oh, that's what Kim Jong-un is up to right now.
Yeah, Miss Cleo over here.
Oh, Austin's consulting his crystal ball again. What does he see in the misty glass?
He sees the actual Coca-Cola recipe.
Mostly sadness at the lack of cocaine in the beverage at the supermarket.
They're just like, it's too expensive to have this in here. We got to take it out.
Here's the thing. I think, hot take, it would be more profitable for cartels to sell cocaine to Coca-Cola than it would be for them to sell it to degenerate tech guys in San Francisco and Wall Street guys and
do you think
wherever,
that people
models all over the world
who grow marijuana are making more money now that it's legal?
I think some people are. I think the people who used to grow marijuana and who grow it properly in traditional ways that don't kind of fuck with the plant in ways that are bad for the human mind, I think those people have lost a ton of money. And I've talked to some of those people over the years. A lot of them are really
having an illegal business is way more profitable. Period. That's why we're all doing it.
You don't pay taxes.
Exactly.
How does this guy own a house? How does he own all this? And how does he only pay property taxes?
And I think a lot of the old school drug guys of the 60s, 70s, the drug ladies, the ones that were growing the weed and the mushrooms and making
you're
LSD.
So inclusive. The drug
so
ladies.
Inclusive. The drug ladies. The drug they thems.
They only did acid.
Hey, there's a couple Zay Zers that were pioneering the fucking neo pronouns. way back in the 60s, were they on a lot of acid and like parental trauma? Yeah.
What's a zay-zer? Is that like a zaddy, they, them?
It's just another... Actually, I don't know. It's...
Wow. Okay. Wow. Someone's not fucking progressive as shit.
I've told you before we started this, if you want intelligent input, you call the wrong bitch over.
If you want intelligence, you have to... I think not ingest too much of the internet.
Yeah, and I'm emotionally intelligent. If we're talking book smarts, I haven't read a book in a really long time.
This is more about creating a digital footprint for myself so that I can sell books to things, but also giving people that are I don't know, not pioneers of business, the platform to talk about culture and the movements of the internet. It's getting figured out over time. Who knows where it goes? Who knows what it'll be like in 5 episodes? We are
screaming into the ether, and that's my favorite thing to do. So I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where...
And it looks back at us, too. Remember that.
I feel like...
I love it.
Yeah.
15 of the views that we get are real people, and the other 15 of these views that we get are mostly AI and bots.
Is it your mom? Is your mom watching?
Probably not. Probably.
Oh,
I don't know.
I've
seen
hi,
someone
Mom.
skips through most of the episodes.
I think she'll listen to part of it and then tune out after.
And then she's like,
oh,
my sons are idiots.
100%.
Not just
100%.
idiots, but also particularly... I'm so tired of listening to them speak.
Oh my God. No way. She's probably so proud of you guys.
No, she thinks we're retarded. Me especially.
No way. Your mom loves you guys.
We're on the YouTube.
You can love someone and think that they are special.
I honestly don't love people who I think are stupid.
I've been watching my mom do it to my dad for 34 years.
I don't really have any feelings about your dad. I feel like I don't know him at all. I don't even know what he looks like.
It's because he was working.
Yeah. What was your mom doing?
She was making food or getting food or calling food.
Wait, was your mom a stay-at-home? Was she a mom? Was that her job?
She stopped working when I was...
Well, she also does the charity work with the Second Harvest.
5.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was 8.
Okay, because your mom, her persona is boss bitch. I always thought your mom was a powerful lawyer or something. She does not.
She would be very flattered by that.
Her vibe is not I keep the house, which I still find to be an important job. She raise a family and to run a household.
Business. She got it right
that's
with
important.
The second too.
Because if you're raising the future of the world, that's an important job, and people don't. People don't care.
The internet doesn't like cats. Come here, boy. Come here.
I love this cat. Get in the way. Stay in the way.
Yeah, your hands.
They're about is about to show up to the camera.
I know. And he's usually moving around, and right now he's I'm just gonna stay right here.
All right, dude.
Oh yeah.
You got a spot.
So here's the thing. With the internet, I have a sneaking suspicion that low rent, silly bullshit that has people connecting to other humans is sort of the wave of the future as AI takes over and does all the cool stuff.
How cool is it? I don't know. I see AI videos and I'm creeped out. I haven't used Chat GPT either because I'm just I don't like it.
I use it a decent amount just for writing where I'm just
But you're doing important things.
But I'm just I wrote a paragraph and then I'm okay, can you just make it sound nicer? And
yeah.
It fixes your grammar a little bit and does that. I use it for the most basic.
There's no shade. Professional standard.
I also did ask it to make a meme to me of someone saying "thank you very much" and someone who loves paperwork. So it showed someone hugging paperwork, literally just paperwork, and then just one of the hands is backwards coming out of nowhere. It was some.
What is AI and hands? Just cannot figure it out.
Yeah, unless you type up a lot.
It enhances some women so that they feel anonymous enough to do OnlyFans.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. I see them in my algorithm.
Okay.
They throw on an AI face, and then
I would throw on an AI body. The face card is not being rejected. The body looks like I've been enjoying some snacks.
Not at all.
We're all there now.
You haven't seen me naked. You cannot say.
Okay, fair point. Touche. Well, we're at an impasse. I mean, we have the cat here. We could talk about things.
Yeah, let's talk.
We can just talk about the cat. What's up, kitty kitty? How you doing?
He's just trying to be part of the scene. Has he not done this to you guys while you've been doing this?
No, because usually we have the dogs down here.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, Austin's dog has a fun little game, which is...
Your cats started this game.
The game is the cats want to come downstairs to say what's up and hang out with the rest of the fam. And then the dogs decide, no, you guys have to go back upstairs. And then we just do that over and over again.
Oh, your dogs are bullies.
They are. One of them is literally a bully.
She humps everything.
His breed. And
Oh
the
my
other
God.
one is effectively a bully.
You know what?
Yes, she does hump everything. And she's a boss bitch.
She's
another thing
She's
about
an
cats I
absolute
like. I've
bully.
never been humped by a cat. I've been sexually assaulted by multiple dogs.
Hey, call men whatever you want. Dogs is perfectly apt.
That's true. That's true.
I've been sexually assaulted by some dogs too.
Speaking of sexual assault,
This cat.
Jeffrey Epstein?
yeah.
That's not important. What
Do
are
you
you
guys
talking about?
Do you guys bullshit?
Jeffrey
How long do you
Epstein.
bullshit for before you decide you're going to talk about the things that you plan to talk about? Do you
quite a
edit
bit.
this, or do you
No.
just let it fucking roll?
I roll
this
this
is
onto
a
the
straight
internet
roll.
and just drop
Raw dogging it. Okay.
There are no cuts, so you always keep that in mind.
Incredible.
Leah, you know me. Way too much faith in the
Wow.
pull-out method.
Even I edit things.
No,
I made a
no
reel the other
editing.
day, and I was like, I'm an editor.
I edit things in just enough capacity for like social media that like more than 12 people see it. But I have found that by just putting out like
Stream
like,
of consciousness.
raw dog bullshit,
Yeah.
like enough people are like, wait a second, another human on the internet, like, hi, like this
Oh
one's
my
not trying to
God.
show me his penis, like, thank you. And this is from
Not yet.
This is not yet. I mean, Jared Leto turned out to be a bad guy after all too. Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein's,
Oh, I was just talking about him. It was you and I. We were talking about Jared Leto.
I think Jared Leto is like the straight Hollywood Jeffrey Epstein. I think Danny Masterson was Scientology's bid at creating a Diddy for entertainment so that they could get Epstein level blackmail on executives in entertainment to promote their cult. Yeah, I said what I said. Allegedly, I don't, he was arrested and charged for rape and some other things.
Who?
Danny Masterson.
No, he was convicted.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Is this the
Arrested, charged, and
Scientology guy?
convicted.
Scientology guy is on that 70s show for a bit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why are all these fucking Hollywood people predators?
Allegedly, he had a club that was like, or he DJ'd at a club. There's a whole like, it's all fucking muddy. And Google is very difficult to actually do research on any of these internet search bullshit. So he had a club that had like back rooms or something, DJ'd at a club that had all the back rooms, and everyone knew like this is where the It Boys hung out. And like Ashton Kutcher would hang out there with Diddy back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And then his house, Danny Masterson's house, had like kind of like those big security bubble cameras everywhere. So he had the whole place wired up the whole time.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
I think about that. I'm like, when I go into spaces, I'm fucking paranoid. But sometimes I'm like, what if someone's recording me? Or like, what if I'm being recorded, like audio or visual or whatever? And I'm like, people are weird. People are so weird.
I feel like the nicer the headboard, the more likely you are to be recorded.
This is a good sign no one here has a headboard.
See, here's the other thing. On the other side of that, if there is no headboard, if there are no sheets on the mattress, you're
This is
definitely
a
being
safe space.
recorded. It's no longer a safe space.
Yeah.
Like, you're definitely being recorded. You might be
Yeah,
getting
this
snuffed.
is Saw, actually.
real
And
question.
you're going to cut your foot off if you want to get the fuck out of
Things
here.
are bad. Leave.
Real question: when you see a mattress on the floor, at what age do you start to say, "Oh"? Well, I guess like
As a
this
woman,
is where the murder.
to our one
just-
young male viewer out there, what's the point
I
that you
don't
gotta
know.
level up?
It's been a long time since I've like gone to a guy's house that I like didn't know.
Yeah.
I was reckless in my 20s. I can't believe I'm here alive because I was just fucking going places, strangers'
Sounds
homes.
Like fun.
It was not fun.
Oh.
I thought I was like a powerful, independent, fucking Renaissance woman, and I was not. But you know,
oh, is this our Red Pill podcast moment? We can clip that and put that out for everyone. I'm not going to do that. I'm way too fucking lazy.
Yeah, I was like, clip,
if anyone happens to clip this, say through AI or anything therein, please, AI that you use, just credit the podcast. Put a little welcome to the
No
far
one's going to
side.
credit you.
The AI might be paying enough attention that it'll glean through all this in like 45 and a half like milliseconds, and it'll hear that part and be like, oh yeah, welcome to the far side.
Just AI's respect for your podcast. I love the concept of that happening.
I see. The thing is,
okay, but mattress on the floor is never acceptable. I don't give a shit how old you are. No, although I did date a guy, mattress on the floor, smoked in his apartment. The first time I went over to his apartment, broken glass all over the floor because he had gotten mad and like punched the mirror. And I dated him for a couple years. So what does that say about me?
Just on the was this on the first meet going to his house? Was just like, hey, there's glass on the floor. Oh yeah, I just broke it, but just never cleaned it up.
Yeah, he was a chef, and he was just a dirty, grungy motherfucker, but he was smart and well-spoken. But
here's
just
the thing, a lot of
grimy motherfucker.
Actually, I gave him respect when she said chef. I was like, okay, everything checks out. Yeah. He's okay.
Yeah.
Chefs are like plumbers. Like, they're virtuosos at what they do. They are also crazy motherfuckers that often will not do what they do at work at home, and one of those things is clean.
I would never date a chef again after dating them almost exclusively for like 10 years. Like sociopaths. All of them. And I still love all the ones I dated. We're friends, but you guys are all sociopaths.
Yeah, but how was the food?
The food was fucking great. Why do you think I dated chefs? Because I love food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out. You're a fucking thick gay man.
I am.
I don't know what the right word is.
But now I can cook, so I don't need a chef. I am chef.
Because you're not a bear.
I heard it's a rhino.
You're not a bear. You are obviously not hairy.
I was going to say, let's look at the... I'm going to look at the classifications of gay men.
I feel like a rhino is like closeted Republican gay men.
Would I be Googling types of gay men?
Republicans in name only because they take it in the a-holy.
And I heard Grindr, crashes every time there's a RNC convention.
I love that vibe.
Hilarious. That's so fucking fun.
Types of gay men. Look at this. There's a list.
Oh wow! It actually just showed up right away.
Okay, but I thought I was an otter. Otter is an often downloaded term. Fall between twinks and bears in body, hair, and size. Okay, so not wrong.
Not wrong.
They have a sporty style. Mm-hmm. Wait, I kind of like where this is going.
10 most popular gay things.
Your ideal man.
What would be Jeffrey Epstein's gay? Would he be a daddy?
Well,
I don't even know. These are all like positive. Comment. Yeah, like I don't want to give him any. I don't want to lump him into any category.
Oh no,
of gay
he actually has. He does child predator.
Yeah. The child predator. That is his classification.
Which is an illegal crime.
I actually almost spit out my water.
There you go.
I think it's like that John Marcos Resi bit where he's like, when you explain the differences between the different types of pedophiles, the hebophiles, the whatever-ophiles, the problem is you can't help but sound like a fucking pedophile. It's like, yeah, exactly, because there's you know
too much. I'd never heard those words. I thought they were all pedophiles. If you like to exploit minors.
The only reason the hebophile thing stuck in my head was because of that joke. Otherwise, it's like, why not just have an umbrella term for all this bullshit?
Like, being a predator is bad enough. Like, I think when I was 19, back to back, I dated two 40-year-olds. In hindsight, I'm like,
what were you wearing?
You're a predator.
That was your fault.
What was I? Shut the fuck up.
You know what some of my like very liberal LA friends said when I'd be like coming to them being like, shit, like I'm kind of fucked up right now. Like I keep getting groped when I go out to clubs. And like they're like, what clubs are you going to? And I'm like, hold on, I'm sorry. Like, wait, do you hear yourself talk? What clubs are you going to? Oh, hi, Poe Beans. And then I'm like, I'm going to like normal clubs where like EDM music is. So of course everything is at that point gay friendly. And like then
only the gays like EDM.
No, plenty of straight dudes like EDM. They just also like
plenty
drugs.
of a lot of people like EDM.
I know. I was having a discussion with someone, and I'm like, I want a man who likes to listen to EDM, but if you're going to a EDM festival with your homies, like, I don't want to fuck that guy.
See, here's the thing. EDM
I don't know. That's like, that is not a cool take, but that's my take.
I've gone
festivals
a couple times, are grungy. Not my thing.
I've been to a couple festivals. Sorry, Ty.
And I've gone with the bros and everything. I'm exactly that person. It's like, no. It's like a couple times I've been like, yeah.
Hey, Poe, we can't have you touching anything right now, especially on my laptop.
Poe just wants to be part of the action. He's part of the editing team.
See, here's the thing, Mr. Poe. No, you cannot go on my laptop. That is a no-go zone. No on the laptop and no eating. There we go. You can stay there. You can chill right there. There you go, Poe Beans. So EDM festivals are gross and grungy and cater more towards like pent-up youth aggressive energy. Warehouse raves are very fun because there is a complete dichotomy between really young kids that like, or I guess not like young kids, but like 21, 22 that really like EDM and really like techno and really want to be part of the scene. And then like, I think at this point, old guys like me that just really like that type of music.
Yeah.
And that's where you find the good stuff is in the warehouses here in the LA region. You can find them in San Diego too, but LA is where like really good EDM type musicians from Europe play their like acoustic sets almost. Mm-hmm. No, Kitty, I'm not. That is an expensive chord. You are not eating it.
Do it.
No. Stop antagonizing the cat. Stop antagonizing the cat. That is unallowed.
Piss him off.
I just punched the cat.
Whisper podcast.
No, see, we're trying to. No, Kitty. No, we're trying to move away from the NPR.
To upset Austin.
So here's the thing. The good EDM in LA is in warehouses. God damn it, cat! In the middle of the night. And
but why in the night? Can we do it in the dams? I'm tired.
Because these people are effectively nocturnal. It's the way their life works.
If I did drugs, I might be able to hang.
It's mostly drugs.
Yeah.
There are a decent contingent of men and women over 30 that are not on drugs anymore going to raves.
Where did you find this fucking stat?
It's me and all the other people over 30.
Right.
Stretching at a certain point because our fucking lower backs hurt.
And none of them are on cocaine.
Oh, some of them are definitely on some cocaine and ketamine, but that doesn't count. It's California.
That's California sober.
Yeah, they're California sober. They're not real.
Sometimes
sober.
Just people, you meet enough people in a city going to something with it.
Footsying my fucking water.
I want to make sure I'm in camera. They got to see my beautiful face.
Your noble countenance.
Yes, indeed.
Your proud girth of your chin.
I feel like the few times I've gone with
the fleshy width of your nose.
The few times I've gone with you to the EDM shows and raves, you do just kind of show up and there's it's it's not like a big venue of concerts. It's not like Drake or
it's small.
Kendrick Lamar or something. It's a dedicated niche group that wants to go. So there's just people there who are just like,
Kitty.
I'm here. I just want to dance from like midnight to 6 a.m.
No, and you know what?
I have made some great.
I love that.
I have made some great friends with Israeli men at 5 a.m. when they fucking strike out with all the hot chicks, and you're just like, dude, leave me alone. But also like plur and whatever, like it's a safe space or some shit.
Oh, and there's plenty of people.
But that's what I like to do. Like I want to go, I want to dance, I want to have a good time with my friends, and so do men.
No,
but for some reason I'm sexist. I can't help
fine.
it. I think it's probably out of spite. You know,
you're sexist because women are terrible, and we agree. Pound it.
That is not what I was referring to.
No. I think it's the other way around. I think men are terrible, and actually everyone is.
Everyone is terrible.
Here's the hot
it's not
take
just
I have
men
about Jeffrey Epstein.
And women. It's the they thems too.
Here's the hot take I have about Jeffrey Epstein. Not enough they thems. In the whole process, not enough they thems. Not enough they them children that he was grabbing. Not enough they them like clients he was serving. Allegedly, not anymore. Or
what are they going to do with is it Ghislaine? Is that how you say her name?
Jizzy Lane.
But like she's in prison, right? So
yeah,
like,
for
shouldn't they let her out?
bringing children for abuse to no one.
But is anyone surprised? Like, all of the people, from all political standings, all these powerful people, you think they're just going to be like, yeah, here's a list of people who were visiting his fucking weird sex child islands.
That's what they promised. We knew that they weren't going to release it because one of those things that was going to be damaging to too many powerful people.
Yeah. And it's too advantageous for them to keep it as blackmail.
Yeah. And I think Donald Trump was probably hoping, I don't know what he was hoping. He was probably hoping like he wouldn't be one of the actual people involved in like this whole thing, even though he has so many photos with the dude.
I know.
Out. They had phone calls together.
So many photos.
Ton
of photos with Ghislaine Maxwell, his wife and Ghislaine Maxwell.
But also, didn't he call him a creep? He's like, "Are we still talking about this creep? You mean your bestie?
Yeah. What about
you mean
Texas?
Your fucking bestie, dude? Like, shut up. Oh my god, I can't. It's so stupid.
He's trying just to be tough for Fox News, being like, don't worry, don't bet the Fox. But even Fox News is like, hey, you guys been selling this for a year. No one's backing down. Even the craziest and dumbest people know there's something up with the Jeffrey Epstein.
But they're still burying this news because news feeds have nothing about it.
Oh, they're burying
about Epstein.
They're burying it, but also I think so. I've been thinking of something recently. What if Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself? This is the ultimate distraction technique for the people who have the fucking list or who
Why
were
would
on
he
those
kill
videos.
himself?
What if he did? See,
Why?
Here's the thing. I'm not. I think he was probably told to be killed. He didn't want to go to jail for that long. He didn't want to be getting raped. This was a guy who lived the ultimate luxurious lifestyle.
He's a fucking narcissist and a psychopath. He wouldn't have killed himself.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. This is a thought experiment from like a propaganda perspective.
Okay.
What if he actually killed himself? Like, what if he took like a wire, wrapped it in some cloth, and just fucking jumped against the tension?
Well,
allegedly. And I don't know what to say to make YouTube not hate me for describing that. But like what he...
Yeah, you're going to keep going?
Yeah. Just boom, right there. Like, that could potentially break your neck. It could potentially suffocate you. It could potentially break your hyoid bone up here. It is really much more likely that you were choked out with someone's fucking thumbs right there, because that's how you get your hyoid broken when you're getting asphyxiated, whatever the word.
How easy is it to kill yourself in containment?
Surprisingly easy, I think, if you're determined.
But by hanging?
If you're determined.
You got to go full WWE send. You jump.
No, that's the thing. Like,
your neck.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's the image that came to me when I was like, what if he did kill himself?
It's just so unbelievable.
It is. But it's also not
But why is that minute
it's
missing?
It's a coin flip.
Why don't they just show him doing that?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein
Show me the tapes.
Show me the execution.
Jeffrey Epstein either killed himself or he didn't. Now there's like a missing minute where he could have been killed from the tapes that got released recently. But there's also like, what if the constant conversation about did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself or did he not is in itself a distraction ploy?
Well, it's all a distraction.
From what? Where is it what Trump literally said where he's like, guys, we got this shit out in Texas, and like I've heard some allegations that the cutting of Doge and a couple other things has led certain disaster warning or, you know, first responder preparedness groups maybe lacking funds. Or is that just Democrat propaganda? I don't fucking know anymore. You do the research and then you go in and you're like, this report that I'm reading is written by a blog post.
Yeah.
That's like obviously an AI thing. You go and you look and it's like, it's been around for a year, I guess. All right. So Epstein is what he's doing.
Do you think he's still alive and he's on the island with Tupac?
I think he's still alive.
You think he's...
I think he's dead.
He could be dead, but like, what if he's still alive? The guy that they wheeled out of the cell has completely different ears from Jeffrey Epstein. We have a lot of photos of Jeffrey Epstein in his ears because he liked doing this coy little fucking like.
Maybe he liked his ears. That was like his...
What?
He liked his... Oh, he loved his profile, I think. Like, he was a man that was, like, so in love with the way he looked.
He was a good-looking predator piece of shit.
Well, yeah, because he was a good-looking predator. Most good-looking predators spend way too much time looking at themselves in the mirror.
This guy... How do I know this? This is not a guy who killed himself.
But it's a guy that could have loved himself so much that he just didn't want to go through the negative side of what was coming. Like there was, and the thing is the more I think about it, the more I find myself being like, I think Jeffrey Epstein might have actually killed himself. And the intelligence apparatus or propaganda networks are trying really hard to get us to be more preoccupied with the question of whether or not Jeffrey Epstein killed himself so that they can do this whole bullshit with the list.
Well, reality, I think less people care about how Jeffrey Epstein died at this point.
Agreed.
They just know that he was such a POS and that he was doing something that he was already on record, which is like child trafficking.
Yeah.
So they just want to know which celebrities did he really do. I think at the end of the day, you can always like fight off like, did he kill himself? Did he get murdered?
Yeah. Who fucking cares?
Did God come down and just beat the crap out of him?
Tens of thousands of hours of abuse material that Pam Bondi, Attorney General of the United States, said was on her desk, and that
audio is crazy.
Yeah, that audio fucking is wild. And she's like, it's so bad, it's so terrible, it's like the worst thing ever. In none of those hours, no one lifted the mask that they were wearing while they were abusing some poor child, some poor they them, and just like scratch their nose and like let loose some side profile, let loose like their ear profile, some biometric of their butthole. Like, here's the thing, your ass has like its own biometric butt print.
It's so
like a
okay.
fingerprint.
I don't mean to discount the insane thing that you just said.
It's
I'm sorry. Now I don't even know what I was going to say. What?
Yeah, your asshole has like its own fingerprint.
Well, what he's trying to say is everyone is unique. Sorry, that's my translation.
Thank you.
That's my translation.
Oh man,
everyone is unique, and
now I feel really good about my butthole now.
Yeah. No one else on this planet has ever had it.
That's exactly
that's what I was telling you guys earlier
of buttholes.
Yeah.
No one on this planet has had my asshole.
See,
beautiful.
I
came to bring class and tact to this.
Every mountain is a
You actually are. You're probably
climbed.
raising this up like 2 pegs right now.
Yeah, by just the virtue of us being capable of bringing a woman on our podcast within the first 200 views that we'll ever get. What
kind of woman am I, though? You didn't bring on like a lady.
You're like a real, actual woman. Did you just fart? Or was
I do have a vagina.
It's a cat.
Yeah, so by virtue of that, we have proven ourselves far, far, far more capable at connecting with other humans than most podcasters.
Wow.
So thank you, Leah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah,
okay, but
Jeffrey Epstein bad.
Videoing, why? It's one thing
Blackmail.
but they don't know they're being taped.
I think it's like multi-layered in the sense that hey, you're getting some cat B-roll now to avoid us talking about this terrible subject. I think some guys are brought in for a night, like a party night in Vegas kind of thing.
Okay.
Where let's go out with the boys. Hey, look, it's allegedly some smart physicist over there. Hey, come over here. Let's go play craps. Everyone's getting bombed, playing baccarat, having a good time. And then they go just randomly meet some really, really pretty women out at the club. And they're at the club. If it's the club, of course they're over 21. And they get some of them back and they're like, hey guys, let's go to the hotel. Come on, let's go to the hotel.
I don't know. I've seen a 21-year-old and I know the difference between a fucking child and a 21-year-old.
Here's the thing. That's where Ghislaine Maxwell comes in, and her whole job, as well as the job of her assistant, was to find young girls that looked older.
That's so creepy.
No, that was literally one of their fucking jobs, allegedly.
Oh my god.
Because the court case is still going, and I don't have any money if I get sued. Shit, I don't have a ad board.
No, she's already in jail.
Okay, well, not allegedly. But, like, I don't know what I'm saying from a journalistic standpoint, so I'm going to say allegedly for my own, like, integrity or some shit.
Everything is alleged at this point.
Alleged. I mean, P. Diddy definitely didn't do nothing shady.
No. But again, I read some of those text messages and I was like, oh my God. At what point as a woman or a person, it like is enough and you're like, oh, I don't want to be treated like garbage.
Tyler, that's why we don't need any more cups.
Like you're like, is the perceived level of connection and power more valuable than like your worth? I guess.
I think some people
I would have been out of that situation within like the first second
so
of being
fast.
Uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't know how they stand for that long. I feel like it must be drugs. The money and the power and the drugs.
No, I think drugs, and to my like my point earlier is like these blackmail type, usually intelligence adjacent assets or actual intelligence operators do these honeypots with people that are compromising. And I think one of the things that has screwed Hollywood over is that they have a lot of blackmail material, allegedly, of them hooking up with underage boys. Because I think this whole industry, the intelligence community of the United States government apparatus, has decided that it would be intelligent if we controlled culture and finance. How do we do that? How do we do that? No, how do we leverage the power of the cultural myth-making capital of the world?
Ugh,
how do we leverage?
So gross.
How do we leverage the financial capital of the world?
I don't know. I thought I was evil, and I'm like evil light.
Oh, I wouldn't even call you. I wouldn't even call you evil.
You wouldn't call me evil because you never dated me.
Neutral.
Okay,
evil
fair point.
Like, there's still a good subset of evil, but most people who are evil are actually criminals, or like you can kind of just tell like the things they do and the things they say.
There are plenty of people that are not criminals that are evil. I think that's one of the biggest problems with America right now is we have this fundamental belief that everyone is a good person, or that most people are good people.
I do not think that.
No, the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, some people are just like born evil. Like they're born evil, they grow up evil, they do their evil thing, and the smart evil people, the people that psychology does not study, they're business aficionados. They're people who have just destroyed lives. When this heiress to the Walmart fortune funds the No Kings protest, like, or do we really think she's not some sociopathic, like psychotic ruler? No, she is. She absolutely is. She just doesn't want Trump in charge of things because it's bad for her business. She doesn't care about people. She thrives off paying people minimum wage, like giving them EBT so that they have to go on food stamps and buy food from Walmart where they get some kind of discount. She loves having all the illegal labor that builds her fucking doodads and gadgets and picks her fucking fruit, because she couldn't sell it for the profit margins that she does to Americans that are struggling to go through whatever if she had legal labor. Are you kidding me? This bitch? No.
I don't even get me started on Walmart.
Yeah. So,
what did you have to say about evil people?
What I would say about evil people is I feel more people are just like cowards.
So that's enough of what Tyler has to say.
Do you always just steamroll your fucking brother?
All the time.
Oh my God.
Notice how I let him answer?
I'm going to bring a muzzle with me next time, because I'm going to come back and then I'm going to bring a muzzle and we're just going to muzzle Austin.
See, I feel like you want
the podcast gets
for
more
different
views.
reasons.
Well, yeah, now we're going to turn this into like a weird sex podcast, and the whole time we're just going to...
Oh my God, that's fine. Subscribe to our OnlyFans. Welcome to the
Austin muzzled and tied up.
I'm just in doggy play in Karma's kennel. Just like, hey, everyone, like, share, and subscribe.
The rates are better than YouTube.
Rates are better than YouTube.
We can get pay per view.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more likely to go viral, provided we have the right TikTok social media account situation.
Can you be in a cage with a muzzle on TikTok? I'm pretty sure that they would flag that. You can't do anything. You can't even be in like a bathing suit top on TikTok.
Okay. Well, you can do it on Instagram.
That's true. That's where the depraved are.
Because
is that why I still go to
that's
Instagram?
Where the Americans.
It's like, oh, Indian
that's
guy
their
dying.
Company.
Oh, German man in a cage.
And every time a internet company is starting to die, they'll let porn back in just so it can bring up the ratings again.
I'm like one risque post away on my Instagram from like being deleted, so I have to behave. And it's been a long time since I've even posted anything. Like,
what's like?
Did they send you a warning saying you can't do this anymore?
They're like, one more time, bitch. You got one more opportunity.
What's like a risque post? Because like I've seen some posts that are very risque.
I know. That's why I was like, what? Like I remember on my birthday, I had no pants on. It was just like full Pooh Bear, but I had underwear on. And I was in a hallway and I was bent over in a bag. So you could see like my butt, but you couldn't see anything else. It was almost like a side profile. And it was just like a silly pic. And I posted it and they took it down immediately. And they're like, you're a whore. And
wow.
And we're gonna ban you.
Someone probably reported you.
I don't think so.
Is there anyone that could be maybe watching your social media closely and reporting posts that might be vaguely sexual?
See this ass?
I'm not saying that, Leah.
No, I don't. No, it was taken down immediately, like too quickly
enemies?
for. No, I mean obviously,
like
everyone
like
basically.
a minute, it was taken down.
Less than a minute.
Yeah,
instant. I feel like they've got technology that recognizes certain things and they just flag it and they get rid of it.
I think so, but I've definitely. Then why do I like some of the OnlyFans things that I get are very like. Not safe for
maybe
work.
Because I was bent over.
Wait, was your profile set to public or private?
I think it was private at that time. It's been private for a while.
Okay, most of them are. Okay, usually you're supposed to be able to get away with more if it's private.
That's what I thought. I was like, I can't even be a whore in private.
Yeah. Sorry, Leah. You have to actually do it offline.
It's probably better that way for everything.
Well, now I don't even want to because I'm like I'm not like as enticed by the male gaze as I used to be. Mm-hmm. All I wanted was attention from men, and I'm like, who cares about that? That doesn't actually give you anything valuable. I've come to realize.
Breach. No, you're completely.
I mean, yeah. What is like?
Right. The male
oh, you want to have
gaze
sex
is
with
at
me,
best fleeting.
and it's not like men are hard to like, entice in that way. So
no, we're quite easy.
Flattering. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm over that. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
That's why I think the poor young ladies in Gen Z where they're like, I don't get men. I'm like, oh, you might be retarded.
There's not a lot. And I don't want to say all men. I mean, people's level of intelligence across genders,
varies.
Yes. But even the
similar,
smartest men I know are still, a sucker for the pussy.
Yeah.
Because it feels good.
Let's go back to another study. So back in the 70s or 80s, they did a study.
A bunch of scientists were like, yeah, pussy good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they just had a really good-looking person basically just walk up to the opposite gender on like campus and just say, hey, would you want to go back to my bedroom, or hey, would you want to have sex, or something like that, just kind of straight up. 100% of the girls that were approached by a good-looking man just said, ew, no, you're gross, get away from me, or just like politely, or just walked away. Now, they did this with an attractive gal, went up to men. 75% of men just said, yes, let's go. Just no second thought. And then 25% said, gave like a very apologetic excuse. I can't go. I have a girlfriend. Oh, just something's going on.
They were mostly afraid of getting robbed.
No, I think they were just like apologetic, like, oh, I can't do this. I can't make it, but I'm so sorry. Like, I wish I could.
Good.
And that's the difference between me and you.
Yeah.
men
100%.
Men and bears.
Yeah.
100% of bears will eat your ass if they're hungry enough. Only 75% of men will rape if they're horny enough.
That's terrible.
It is. It's a terrible
But
statistic.
I would think at this point where we are intelligent, that wouldn't be a thing.
That's a joke. I don't think.
Right?
I here's the problem.
Although I don't think we're that smart.
I also don't think. How do you say this one without getting in trouble from the YouTube gods and or from people who aren't smart enough to understand nuance? But frankly, if you've made it this far on the podcast, thank you for your ears. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, you're clearly just as dumb as we are.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you are retarded
you're
in the right direction, and
kind of stupid.
Welcome to the club. Oh fuck, what was I saying?
You were gonna say something offensive.
Oh, damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's that crystal ball, man.
Yeah, something about women. Shoot, usually
nothing good, probably.
Yeah.
No, nothing good. It was the sort of thing that was so bad. If I said it, you would have just been like, "We need to end the pod now."
So should we end the pod before it?
Fine, good sense. Hi, hello, and welcome to the end of the pod. You were probably doing your dishes, and you let us run too long, and thank you. Leave a thumbs up. Hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your week, and pray for us and yourself, because shit's gonna
see you on the far side.
Weird.